All right, so from Remnant directly here. Remnant 2 Anniversary and DLC number 3 announcement. Our third and final DLC, The Dark Horizon, is coming in September. The 1-year anniversary of Remnant 2 is here, and we're excited to announce that our third and final DLC, The Dark Horizon, is coming in September 2024. Players will return to the necropolis world of Narud, only to discover that a bizarre phenomenon has taken hold. Stay tuned for more information and reveals as we get closer to the launch of The Dark Horizon. When we launched Remnant 2 1 year ago, we promised the release of 3 DLCs in this first year. We made the difficult decision to move back the release of our third DLC so that we have more time to deliver you the best possible experience that you deserve. Our goal is for The Dark Horizon to be the most expansive DLC for Remnant 2. Not only have we packed this DLC full of even more of the Remnant greatness you've come to expect, we're also hard at work on a brand new game mode that will be free for everyone that will reveal soon, along with a new progression system. Interesting. New progression system. While we're not happy about delaying this DLC release, one you've been itching to jump into already, we feel very lucky to see your ongoing support and loyalty to the Remnant franchise. The past year has been nothing short of amazing, and we're glad that Remnant 2 and its DLCs have brought you as much joy as it has brought us creating this world for you. That said, we're not quite done yet. More news about the Dark Horizon DLC will come soon. Thank you once again for your continued support and for being an essential part of the Remnant family. We're excited for what the future holds and look forward to sharing more adventures with you. All right, I'm excited. Here's the thing. I played the base game so much, and then I played the first DLC, and the first DLC was really, really good. The second DLC I have not played, which we may want to pick up and play. And they're saying the third DLC is going to be their biggest one with the new game mode as well. I wonder what the new game mode is going to be. Remnant's a very good game, guys. It's a solid game. This was one of my most played games last year. Very, very good. And let me just say this, and I know the Remnant community would never want this, but Remnant actually has that it factor. You know, if there was going to be a Remnant 3, and no one wants to hear this, but if Remnant ever wanted to be a live service looter shooter, it could do it. It really could do it. It's got the boss fights. It's got the loot. Now here's the thing. I wouldn't want them to do that if it took away from the Souls-like. You know, essentially it's a Souls game, but with guns. What I think Remnant really needs to go, as much as I would love for another looter shooter, the direction I think Remnant 3 needs to go, and I know we're all going to be focused on the DLC coming up here soon, and I'll be playing the DLC as well. I think Remnant 2 to Remnant 3 needs to make the jump that Dark Souls made to Elden Ring. And maybe that means abandoning the Remnant, because Remnant is all about hitting the different biomes, right? And the story is really, really trippy like that. But you're in these different realms. And I'm not sure if this would necessarily work with how many different realms there are that's present in Remnant. But if Remnant, or if Gunfire wanted to actually go the approach of doing an open world Remnant-like game, just take a completely open world approach, kind of like Elden Ring, dude, it would kill. It would be so good. I'm talking like full blown, just like Elden Ring, full blown open world. You know, you've got dungeons, you've got world bosses, interwoven story, because they got the mechanics. The boss fights are some of the best boss fights I've ever played, and they're challenging. I will say, for me, when playing Remnant, I love the game. I love the boss mechanics. I love the loot that you can pick up. The thing that really pulled it back for me on Remnant was that I felt very confined. Even though there were multiple realms you can explore, I felt very confined to these areas. The reason why I bring up open world, the reason why Souls game made the jump to Elden Ring, is having that open world approach adds that level of, you know, endless possibilities, exploration, right? You're not confined to just these zones. It's the same reason why, like, some MRPGs that confine you to zones, I mean, for me, they just lose me. I love the idea of, like, hey, I can walk from one end of the map to the other. And if I want to do it in a straight line or zigzag all over the place, hit this town, that town, whatever, I can. Will I get killed in the process? Absolutely, because some areas are leveled way higher. But you could do that if you want. Remnant nailed it in its combat, and it nailed it in its loot. And I thought the story was good enough. I think the only area that it could improve on is making you feel like the world was huge. And the world didn't feel as big as it could have felt. I love the best feeling in gaming is when you feel overwhelmed with how big the world is. You look across, you're just like, holy crap. Like, you look at this map, you're like, I gotta go explore all of this. This is gonna take me an eternity. And that's the best. That's one of the best feelings. Lack of open world is what made it have randomized playthroughs in adventure mode. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I didn't seem that random though, because I did that Harbinger. The order of realms, yes. But in terms of the realm itself, very much static. Very much still the same. There were some slight variations here and there, but the sequences would be changed up. But the zone itself was the same. That clock tower that was there in that original zone will still be there in that same spot. It wasn't as random, I guess, as it could have been. Then you're conflating two different topics, open worlds versus procedurally generated. First up, why can't you have both? Secondly, am I the only one that feels like the scope could have been just larger and that would have made the game absolutely perfect? I'm not asking for like the game to fucking let's drop guns and let's just pick up clubs that beat the shit out of each other and give each other swords and shit. I'm simply asking for the game to feel like a game worth exploring. Like from not that I didn't enjoy exploring Remnant, but we pretty much ran through it pretty quickly. It wasn't this world that made me go, ooh, what hidden secrets are present here? You probably missed quite a few secrets then. No, we 100% Remnant. We literally played every aspect of that game. Base game plus the first DLC. We finished fucking everything. Dude, what the? Do y'all not remember? We spent hundreds of hours in that game. All right. Now that I know I have a bunch of hardcore Remnant players in here. Motherfuckers, do you want the game to be better or not? I'm asking for bigger, more open worlds for Remnant. Whether it's a full open world or just bigger motherfucking worlds. Why do I have hardcore Remnant players in here talking shit? What do you want, the same fucking shit? Because how many of us are actively playing Remnant right fucking now? Any of us? I'm saying it could be the next Elden Ring. It could. It absolutely could. But it's gonna have to make that jump. Well, they have randomly generated worlds right now. We're talking about on a bigger scale. Here's what I would want. I would want it to take the scale of Elden Ring. And I know I'm over here sounding like I'm just sucking Elden Ring off. But you know what? It deserves it. Elden Ring may be the best game ever created, okay? So if we're sucking Elden Ring off, it's for good reason. Anyways, back to this topic at hand, because I know I really just veered off. You're right. Remnant doesn't have to continue to improve, and hopefully people will continue buying their games, and if they want to stick to the same formula, we'll see how long that carries them. I enjoyed Remnant for what it is. I would probably buy a third one just based off of my experience with their second one. I'm going to play this DLC. I'm curious about what they're going to bring here. I selfishly want a game with Elden Ring scope, but with Remnant's boss design and guns. I think that would be such a banger. And that would probably take many years to make, but I think it would be worth it.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.